seasonal phytoplankton dynamics in extreme southern South America and Beagle Channel, Argentina. And what can you see in this picture? When seawater is played in the microscope, and you will see the many different phytoplankton in the seawater. But why they are important? We all know the phytoplankton is the basic of the food web. The central function in the carbon cycle, and that means to public health, economy loss to agriculture. The research is carried out between July 2006 and July 2007 at a function located in Beagle Channel. In here. Approximately 300 meters from the coast and 50 meters depth. Sampling frequency was biomass of the years and the weekly during the phytoplankton spring form. In the study period, the research team will take this data to know the composition, water temperature, salinity, seawater sample, and phytoplankton sample, core age, and this free data to know the biomass and the abounding. In this research, we know the temperature is 4.9 degrees Celsius to 10.1 degrees Celsius. And in here we can see the seasonal average to temperature. In the salinity, the highest is in winter in August, the lower in December. But in the spring and summer, the progresses decrease during in the summer and spring. In here we can see the solution average of salinity. And in this picture can show us the salinity show a contrasting pattern when the temperature will be high but the salinity will be down. And in this picture, and in here we can see in the spring, the biomass and the variable A and cell density will be more than other seasonal. The highest value were observed during spring in two occasions, one in October and other in November. And this picture can tell us self-limited distribution is similar to biomass. And in this research, we can know the phytoplankton composition, a total of 113 actives. Most of them were diatom, marine plankton, and the typical of as part of seawater. And in this bunk, we can know the most abounding phytoplankton group is the activity phytoplastic. Here, this. And in this picture, we can see in the spring, the main phytoplankton group is the diatom, and others in other seasonal, the main phytoplankton group is identified by this group. In October, the diatom have two accretion. Here you can see it. They all is. In the winter, we can know the nitrous circuits, which is higher than other seasonal, but in phase the cell is distinct and core A and C concentration were higher in spring, summer than autumn, winter. The reduced radiation available during winter and autumn limits phytoplankton productivity. The increase in biomass and self-division observed during early spring was associated with intense form of the during groups, the diatom group. Phytoplankton burns are resulting from in response environmental physical opportunity as such as soil reducer, water column stability, nutrient available, and using texture and each other. The Beagle Channel in October during the day's length reached 13 hours. Diatom efficiently exploit in conduction of high solar oxidation and nutrition is strength, the higher core will be deficient resulting. Limits photosynthesis of other algae groups. In this research we know in the Beagle Channel, all at least 10 potential tips species were identified during the study period, and the penguin was not detected in the Beagle Channel, which could support self-work. These two limits to a range 54 degrees Celsius in the Argentina sea. Thank you. This is my discussion.
Okay, 11 minutes, 20 seconds. All right. So, QA. Annie? Jackie? Jean? Vincent? Wayne? Okay, starting with Penny.
In your title, how would you explain the word dynamics?
Dynamics is I mean this title is tell them in Beagle Channel what is the phytoplankton composition, and this mean is Chinese 动力动力.
All right, next. Jackie.
Can you please go to the discussion? There is a 24, please. Why you circle that? Sorry, I can't see see the X bar.
Oh.
Why you choose circle this?
I'm circle this just tell everyone in Beagle Channel in October the days lunch research have 13 hours, no special. Just I circle this because it's October.
All right. Jean.
In the last pages, the last one. 26, I guess. The newspaper mentioned about where do those potential toxic species came from? Does it mention it?
No,
Repeat his question.
why I will know have 10 potential toxins in this. The paper tell me, but I don't know why. Just have this 10.
Vincent.
I'm sorry, but can you explain your conclusion simply, because I don't really understand.
My conclusion Actually, in this conclusion, because this research is in South America, but not in Asia, so I don't have any conclusion. And this research just research the phytoplankton composition, and we can and this research can make us know the any effects to the agriculture in the South America. But myself, I don't have any special conclusion in this paper.
We are not asking about your conclusion. We are asking about the conclusion of this paper.
This paper, the conclusion, they say they do this research can make them know the.
Oh, that's not the conclusion.
Okay.
All right. Win.
You have mentioned about the graph in the research, and I want to know how you statistic is internet, like what kind of system to make you conclude the data.
You repeat. You mean why you mean the data is true in this paper, right? Sorry, can you say this again?
How do you get the data?
How we get the data? The search group, they stay in the Beagle channels 1 year, and they will take this data to support their thing. Yes. But you mean why I actually don't know.
One volunteer question, Annie. Stella.
What is the aim of this study? Why do you study this?
Actually, this topic is not my choice, it's Miss Lim's choices.
All right. My turn. You have to stay here. Okay, so my first comment is I highly recommend that you should, because you missed the classes at the beginning of this semester, so you really need to check my PPT of how to make a scientific presentation, because there are many basic problems that I have highlighted in that lecture, and so far most of the talks did not make mistakes like that. For example, in this slide, usually when I look at this slide, I feel uncomfortable because we have Times New Roman, Helvetica, Times Palatino. I don't know what kind of font it is. So when you see a slide with so many fonts used, you have the feeling that this presenter is probably not organized. That's the main impression. So you have fonts here and there, and apparently they are not used systematically. Okay. So this kind of problem have been highlighted in my PPT. Please check that out. And another problem that I have highlighted in that PPT, and I have pointed that out in some of my previous comments, is you shouldn't do tables like that. What is the correct way of presenting a table? You don't know? Let me check one of the presented students. Benson, what is the correct way of presenting a table?
We need to understand the table
And what's this? Stir. How?
we organize the table to a simple way.
You have to do the table yourself because this have too many information. You should first understand the table, and then you should digest, and then create your own table, because this is not for the audience. This is for paper. This is not for presentation. Okay? And for your information, this is the place to create tables. Alright? Okay. Then, during your presentation, another problem that have been missing, another problem is you did not introduce any of your table, any of your figure. You just say, in this figure, okay, seasonal biomass variability is like this, and most of them, I don't know if you say that, most of them are identified phytoflagellates. Yes. However, you did not tell us what's the x-axis, what's the y-axis. And because there are so many, you don't need to say all of them. You just say the gray. Oh, sorry, the gray is not identified. The gray is something, diatoms. The gray shade is diatom. That's what you should say. Okay, but this has not been done during your presentation. So these are all very basic aspects of your scientific presentation. Okay, and okay, and then another impression was you were not familiar enough with your script. So therefore, very often some easy terms like diatom, you have to think or try several times before you can pronounce it correctly. That means you are not familiar enough. And also some simple terms like nitrate, the nutrients, okay, like nitrates, phosphate, silicates. These are, I don't know if you have taken marine chemistry. These are all basic terms that you should be able to pronounce right away, something like that. Okay, so, and then, there are some more advanced problems, but because you have so many basic problems in your presentation, I will just address quickly. Your discussion are mostly copy and paste from the paper. I think these are mostly copy and paste from the paper, and the discussion is disconnected from your data. So it's not linked to your data. We don't know how you conclude these conclusions or summary remarks. So these need to be improved. Overall, I think you need to understand your content, your paper further, because you were not able to say what is the main conclusion of this paper. You just said composition, but composition is not the main conclusion of this paper. So you really need to understand this paper first before you can make further, before you can really do some further improvement. Okay. Okay. So let's next GK. We have.